joined in the booth. I'm Bricker, this is Connor, and then our, whatever you want to call it, Taryn. Fuck.
Yep. As far as the other matches go, we have Red Eldrazi against Blue-Red Grinding Station.
Nice.
And we also have Green-White Saga versus Blue-Red Murktide.
Alright, so getting into the game here, we got Randall, who I believe is on the play. We start off in the Inquisition. Pretty good card against our burn player. Finding out what we're playing, get to play around it for the rest of the game. Not having to get surprised by like fetch, shocking, and thought seizing, and then find out we're playing against burn. Be interesting to see what he takes here. Doesn't probably want to take a whole ton of damage to the face. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes the Dragon Race Chandler unless he has an answer to it in his hand. And then you're looking at your other answers like a Searing Blaze or something. A Lightning Helix also makes sense. We're going to pass. Draw. We get a Boros Charm. Basic Mountain. Dragon Race Chandler. Go. Probably expected.
Guess what Red and 6 can handle.
Yep. So we did find out why he didn't take that Dragon Race Chandler. He's going to be able to play Red and 6, ping it, or again, he could have another option in hand.
We're not going to be able to play the Red and 6 this turn because of the Swamp in play. But
yeah,
looking down the line, Jund is just going to be a deck full of removal and interaction.
Right. I mean,
Turn 2 Goyf.
Goyf can deal with it.
Currently a 3/4 land instant sorcery.
Sorcery. Gonna probably see it get hit with a Searing Blaze. Interesting to see what he does here. Well, we do see Randall will go ahead and fetch up another basic just to basically take as little damage as possible. But let's see, gain life. I believe he's at 18. Yep. Because he has 2 fetches. He fetched up basic swamp and a basic forest. We play an Eidolon, which is also good.
That Eidolon is going to put in some work right here.
We're going to bring out the old arts, making it hard for me to know which lands these are.
Yeah, that would be the Bloodstained Mire from Onslaught.
Yeah. I know all the new pretty ones.
Yeah.
Not the old OG ones, you know?
The OG ones are so pretty, though. So I can only assume this Eidolon's going to get at least 2 triggers here. Minimum 1, obviously. We might just be bolting.
We're fetching down to 17 life. Again, we were a little off with the life total. We've officially fetched 3 times now. We're gonna play this Ren in 6. We're gonna take our 2, go down to 15. We're gonna ping Dragon Race Chandler.
I don't. As the player,
they're getting. It looks shoot. They're not getting there.
No, is that something that can be passed up on?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe that is a trigger. And we do have a judge standing by watching these matches very closely.
This is for the event today. Our Aaron Hammer and Shane. Shane is the one I think actively going to be around our feature match area. I believe he'll be in chat as well, potentially answering any questions. So if there is an issue, he'll potentially see those as well, I believe. Ken can confirm that.
He's talking with me on Discord and stuff, so we're communicating. So
Okay.
if there's any questions, they'll relay it to me.
Okay, so the Eidolon swings in, hits the Ren in 6. With the DRC in the bin and the Ren going to the bin, this is just growing the Goyf up to a 5/6. This Goyf is going to be putting in a lot of damage here. Ragavan, not a bad draw.
I do believe that Jeff is lower than what his die is currently at.
That is correct. He has been attacked.
Randall is keeping track. He's at 15. I believe he hit him for 4 the first time.
Yeah, it was 4 the first time and 6 this most recent time. We now all graveyards are land instant sorcery, planeswalker, enchantment, and creature.
That's a big dude. Goyf
Currently only missing one creature type, one card type. I apologize.
So by playing another Eidolon, we probably getting a Dash Ragavan.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's favorite.
Oh, caught it that time.
Get in there. I assume Ragavan might be taking a chunk. Last thing you probably want to happen.
Oh no, I mean, like Jeff's at 10.
I mean, that's
like,
true. That's equally as good. You take the chance of him not hitting something good.
And 3 Eidolons are now out of the game. Inquisition, reveal the hand. Ooh,
I mean, that's a lot of burn.
that is a lot of burn.
Not entirely sure if it's going to matter. The reason I was saying you would potentially chump the rag, and I kind of, for whatever reason, forgot the Tarmogoyf was a 6/7.
Yeah.
But the rag hitting like your bolts and stuff off the top gets kind of scary after a while. Or like Boros Charm. Although you can't cast Boros Charm with the swamp left up.
No.
But something to look out for in the future matches with these two is like what that Ragavan could potentially be hitting using your own burn against you. Something to consider.
Or it's also very viable just to rip a creature off the top.
Yeah.
Like Burns playing 1 mana and 2 mana creatures.
Soulscar Mages, Swift Spears, so on and so forth.
And it's not a bad idea if Randall was in a position where I just want to put another creature in play, clog up the board, present as much damage as possible.
Decide not to dash a Ragavan. It's going to hit him with Tarmogoyf, put him down to 2.
Down
and
tick
ping
to
him
1.
most likely with this Ren 6, put him down to 1. So now we have to somehow burn through 15 points of damage while also... I believe Jeff shot himself with the
Oh, that's fun.
burn spell, but you know.
All right, well, start the game. Boom. Arid Mesa.
Jeff, tap sacker.
Fetch. And no shock. 19.
Which one of the 3/1 drops you think it's going to be?
I didn't see the hand. Soulscar Mage.
Dragon Race Chandler.
DRC.
I have no idea. Well, it might just be a bolt to the dome and we're both wrong.
Or holding the bolt up for the possible rag.
We're both wrong.
We're both wrong. The other
1 mana option. So we get in for 1. We're 19 all.
boom.
Our judge, you see, leaning in, make sure that life total is going to change for us. I like this guy. He's doing well.
These guys. I like your chops, kid. Fetch, shock, I assume. Off the cut. Ooh, Inquisition. Crazy, right? I feel like we've seen that before.
Yeah, I think you definitely want to start off with this Inquisition here because of the fact that, as you can tell, we were on a maul down to 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's when these discard spells show so much more value, and why most players you'll see, I didn't see Jeff's hands before, obviously, but most players you'll see actually keep a worse 7 because knowing that they're going to get Thoughtseize / Inquisition, so a better 6 might not necessarily be a better 6 because it's going to be a 5
Or a 4.
or a 4.
Sometimes a rough 7 just turns into a okay 5.
Yeah, you got to kind of value it without one of the cards in your hand. Well, your best card in hand if you cannot play it on turn 1.
Yep.
So we're fetching, we're at 15. Getting a basic mountain. Might, with a basic mountain left up for Jeff, we might see a dash Ragavan. Looks like that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that this card can only be a burn spell in terms of the form of bolt to kill our Ragavan, Randall felt pretty safe to dash this.
Get the treasure. Slides that fatal push to the front. Real casual. He knows what he's about. Yeah,
So we swing.
push it.
We just go ahead and push it.
Get
We don't
that out
need
the
to-
way.
We I keep saying we. Apologies, but Randall's make sure that he doesn't take that damage to make any card like Skewer the Critics viable in that spot.
Remove as much of the potential damage as possible.
Randall 14, Jeff at 17. Jeff with 2 cards in hand and a Dragon Rage Chandler.
I know Randall does not want to play this Boseiju. Definitely just wants to have it as a form to respond, but definitely needs to start applying pressure to the board with his own permanents. Yep, down tick, ping the channeler, hard cast, and make sure that rag sticks. Might just see a path.
So for Randall here, although you do not get to keep that Boseiju in hand, you did get to answer Dragon Rage Chandler and play 2 of your lower mana value things. You're gonna get a land. You're not taking 4 damage off an Eidolon or something like that.
You know what that means? That path coming out of Jeff's hand, unless Jeff has another path in hand that he can fire off next turn. These 2 Goyfs are about to come down. Excuse me. These 2 Goyfs are going to be putting in work.
Let's say. For you have this, obviously not a great way that you want to see this tournament start out. Against John has a lot of answers for your low mana threats. You didn't have a whole lot of burn to utilize in the beginning of the game because it was all 2 mana. And Randall was able to play around that. We all know how like burn goes. You can run really hot, or you can run not so hot, ice cold even. But when you have to maul down to 5 against a hand disruption deck and a deck that has multiple ways to deal with your threats, it's just not gonna feel great. Like when we're having to path 2 creatures just to make sure that we're not dead to the board, it's just not gonna feel incredible.
I just don't see the way for Jeff to get out of this, unfortunately.
Yep.
Is there even a string of draws that gets him out from?
And we say mono red, but obviously we have the white for like certain answers. But
Helix path.
I mean, I can't imagine Jeff's playing like light up the stage. Stuff like that. I mean, we don't play the big prowess creature anymore. I don't know, because if we were like talking, if we had blue in the deck, like the blue red Murktide, like Express Federation is a great way to get out of like these spots with the Dragon Rage Chandler that he had before. But just like going card for card off the top, these Tarmogoyfs are 5/6s, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard to see what that is, but they're 5/6s.
The
We're
only
down
2
to 11, and we have lethal on board.
There's 6.
instant sorcery land enchantment creature.
The only thing is, again, it's whether they're 5 or 6, it's lethal the same amount of ways. Jeff shows his hand. So I've got nothing, man.
Yeah.
I could probably answer one of these,
But not the rest.
but the other creatures on the board are gonna be what does it. So we see Randall take it down with Jun Saga.